Back again. Sorry, don't know what happened there. Yeah, Facebook doing its weird and wonderful things. Look, let's take it from the start. As I said, so talking today around the duck prosciutto seasoning kits that have been released. As you can see, the kit includes everything you need to be able to do your own duck prosciutto at home. So quickly again, instructions, you'll get your 2 cure kit packets. So, well, I shouldn't say 2 cure packets. First packet, salts with your cure and the spices. And then also the second one with your dry spices that you use for when you're drying it. Cheesecloth, your butcher's twine, and an S-hook. Also, obviously, and your cure bag for the duck. Juanita. Hey, baby. Yes. So everything you need in there. The only thing that you'll need to supply is obviously the duck breast. And also some scales. So the kit itself will do anything, duck breast between 180 to 200 grams. You don't want to go too far over that. Otherwise, the cure starts to lose its effectiveness. So let's have a quick look and talk through the actual steps on doing it. So like I said, that's what's included in the pack. So step 1, obviously, you want your duck breast, weigh it out. Anywhere between 180 to 200 grams is fine for these particular kits. So once you've weighed out your duck breast, that's when you'll use your packet, cure packet number 1. So that has the salts, cure number 2, and the spice mix. So what you want to do is obviously pop that on your duck breast, and as you can see here, like we've done prior. So on a clean plate, just pop that on your duck breast, massage it in, get it into all the lovely nooks and crannies with your duck breast. Make sure you tie it up first so there's no sort of skin folds, and you want to make sure that all the cure gets in there nicely. So as you can see, in the bag supplied, we've got a duck breast with our cure salts and the spice mix on there. So when you pop that in your bag, what you want to try and do is expel as much air in the bag as you can. Look, if you've got a vacuum sealer, it works great with vacuum sealed bags. If not, certainly that's why I have supplied a Ziploc bag, which you can use to be able to do the cure. So once all that's done, expel all the as much air out of the bag as you can, seal it up tightly, and then pop it in your fridge. So what you want to do is you want to have it in your fridge for roughly about 7 days. It can last longer, but for the amount of cure that you're using on there, 7 days is plenty of time. Look, just because it does have cure doesn't mean it's a free pass to leave it in there for longer. But the 7 days would be the sort of the minimum sort of time frame you want there. You know, if you forget about it, you can come back to it, 8, 9, 10, 11, all up to sort of 2 weeks, but I wouldn't suggest leaving it in there any longer than that. But yeah, 7 days into the fridge. So I'll pop that back in there, in with the rest of the lovely salami that's in there. Okay, once it's done, once your 7 days is up, what you want to do is take it out and give it a wash. And that's what you end up with. As you can see, we've got a nice sort of a darker red now in the duck breast. Obviously, that's because it's starting to take on the cure as it does. All right, washed all the cure off, pat it dry. And so now what we do now is time to use your bag 2. So bag 2 is just your spice mix that you'll use for when it's drying out, which does contain some peppers and chili. Good thing about pepper is it will help with limiting sort of molds and things. Not going to stop it, but it will help. So what we'll do is we'll take the cheesecloth. Now, you don't have to use cheesecloth. You can let it dry naturally in there if you want. The good thing about the cheesecloth is what we'll do is, once we've unfolded it, the cheesecloth will help hold your seasoning on the duck breast itself. So now, when we're putting the seasoning on, you don't need to put it on the back, on the skin side. Mainly just keep it on the flesh side. So what we'll do, we'll put the seasoning on first. Some are prepared. Again, so that's just the chili and our cracked pepper. So onto the duck breast. Try and get a nice coverage on there with it. And again, this is, it might look like there's a fair bit there. Try and pack it on there. This will just help, like I said, keep with a little bit of the mold off there, but also help with the flavour profile once it's sort of dried. as you can see, I'll show everyone what we've got there. If you can see, that's coming through all right. It's a nice little bit of chili. Now, cracked pepper throughout there. All right, onto our cheesecloth. Let's move that to the side. And like I said, you don't have to use one. I find it's good to, because again, obviously, you're going to have little bits of cracked pepper and chili coming off it. And it also does help with it not drying out too quick. All right, just give that a little bit of a fold. And then your butcher's twine. All right. Now, some people get a real knack to being able to tie their butcher's twine and have it looking really nicely. Things like that. One is fine. Tie it on there so it fits. Whatever works for you. Really, it's just to hold obviously your cheesecloth there and to be able to have something to hang your S-hook on. All right. Well, throwing that around. There we go. Nice little tied up little package, as you can see. Lovely. Now, after we've tied it up, what you want to do is, one of the key things, weigh it. Lovely. So what we'll do is, once you've weighed it, what you want to do is, this is 202 grams, obviously taking into account for the cheesecloth and the string. Doesn't matter, you're getting the total weight there. Now we've got that, so that'll just go into the normal fridge. So you can either pop it in a normal fridge, which I've got set up here with the Cleaver Bullock. I've got that with my salami in there, so I've set that to 65, or 69 actually, with humidity and 4 degrees in temperature. So that's sort of replicating the environment of a normal fridge. Obviously, this isn't open as much as a normal fridge, but it's pretty close to it. So what we'll do is, with the S-hook, obviously, you've got that, hook that onto your string that you've just tied, and then you can hang that on one of your shelves in your fridge, if you've got the shelves with the racks like that, or on the side of the door of the fridge. Anything does work when you're hanging it in there. The key is, obviously, like I said, so we're waiting for 35% weight loss as a minimum when it's drying out. So you'll find that will vary, but normally it's about 3 to 4 weeks. So keep checking. Now, I have found in my other setup that I have here with the piglet, so I've got that with the salami and with my wallaby leg prosciuttos. So that's set at 80 degrees with 80% humidity with 12 degrees. Now, I have found that normally they dry in there fantastic, and again, you're looking at about a 3 to 4 week period for it. But I'm just going to hang this one again in my normal fridge setup. That'll mirror an everyday fridge that you have your milk in at home. And again, works absolutely fine. One thing you can do while it's drying is, it's always good to check it, in a week or 2 weeks, just to see how it's going, if it's forming any molds. Molds, never a problem. Molds, if it's a white mold, up to you. I'd always try and look in and wiping it off. So if you're cleaning off a mold, what you want to do is use a 50-50 water and vinegar mix. And so what that'll do is just wipe that off, and that will help cool the mold and get rid of it. So white molds are good. Wipe it off, pop it back in there. Green molds, I'd always, if you're getting a green mold on it, that's when you need to start to worry. Make sure you've wiped that off with your 50% water, 50% vinegar. It's black mold. If you see a black mold on that, bin it. Bin it, start again. It's never worth the risk having black molds appear on things. But it's always good to check your check your duck. Like I said, every 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and see how you're going. But normal fridge, absolutely fine. As you can see, I've got it hanging there now at the moment. End result, after that period of time has finished, what you've got is, I've got this one vacuum sealed. This is off to a friend in a week or two. As you see, very lovely, if that's showing nicely on the light. Don't be scared of all the, all the pepper and the chili. Don't like it, just wipe it off. wipe it off before you eat it, and that's absolutely fine. But as I said, so give it a go. All you need in the kits there, so you got your spice mix. All you will need is the scales and a duck breast. But any questions, certainly do sing out. Everyone that's ordered so far, thank you very much. If you haven't, get your order in now before you miss out. Thanks all.